Hello everyone and welcome back to the Oberon Channel. Today we have two special, let's say, anniversaries because this is the first episode after a bunch of years where I discontinued the Oberon Channel and everything I had on my channel by this time. And now after reviving this channel, and I made some episodes with other topics on the Harper City channel and things like that, I now make the first new episode for the Oberon Channel after this long gap. Second thing is we have the 30th episode of the Oberon Channel, so this is an anniversary at all. And in this rather short video I want to show you two new things. The first one is my new Oberon machine. You might remember it from the last video a couple of years ago. But I improved it in certain ways. And the second thing is that I made up my mind about a new concept of exchanging data between your Oberon system and, let's say, the outer world. Maybe you remember from the previous Oberon episode that I had some success, limited success with using USB thumb drives and also network connections. But this depends very much on a very outdated hardware, and I found a much easier concept I want to show you together with my new Oberon machine. So let's start right away. So isn't she a cutie? This is a typical bare bone or industrial PC or whatever kind of system I grabbed from eBay. And I purchased it from a guy who sells used hardware, mostly outdated stuff, working under Windows 98 and Windows XP in that area. And I, just to know the brand of this device, I took a look at the back side, and there was just a kind of type label, but no branding from any manufacturer. So this might be a Siemens device or maybe something like that in that style from a manufacturer who makes industrial PCs for, let's say, payment system or ATMs or whatever production lines. So this is the normal keyboard we have here. Now you can see it from the back side, and you can see that I provided a very rigid and solid wooden stand, and I painted it nicely in black. The problem with this device is that if it's wall mounted or mounted to the stand, you can see, when I take the camera to this angle here, you can see that all the connectors are placed here below the, let's say, this notch in the back plane of the device. Also, you can see here the other connectors, audio input and network connector. So this was a main problem when I made this stand for this device, that more or less those sockets here in the notch were not accessible. For the keyboard connector and the mouse connector, that was not that much of a problem because they are located here at the edge on this let's say bay area. But the COM port, the serial COM port and the line printer port were more or less not accessible. So I used these expanding cables you can see here, and let's say routed the ports or led them to this external bay area where they're easily accessible. So in the end, this is a nice device with a very small footprint and also a little bit good looking. I think I can claim this for myself. And together with this mouse and the keyboard, it's a device that is has a very low consume of space. You can easily store it everywhere, and it's quite nice to work with this device because I like this square screen, because this picture makes working in Oberon very comfortable. I don't know exactly why, but I I feel very comfortable with this square screen. Okay, so this is more or less a all-in-one PC or barebone PC, industrial PC, something in that manner, where everything is located, let's say every peripheral is located more or less on the main board. That means also, of course, the adapter for using a compact flash card is also located on the main board. And here we come to my new idea of exchanging data. Because one idea that came through my mind is that exchanging data with the outer world in Oberon doesn't really is not really a big fun. I tried those thumb drives here and with some limited success, because we really need outdated thumb drives with outdated hardware to make them work on this let's say vintage hardware and the vintage drivers that Oberon provides. So not a good idea. As well as those floppy drives. I mean, I like vintage systems, but I don't like floppy drives. They're clumsy, they have a very limited storage capacity, and most of these devices, as you can see with my Oberon machine, they do not provide floppy drives anymore. This is an outdated data exchange format. So normally you use thumb drives or use network connections. You know, I also tried network connections, also with some success, but when you want to exchange data with another device and you have these very simple, let's say rather primitive network protocols that Oberon provides, this is not much fun when you want to exchange data. So, how can we efficiently and easily, with a minimum of effort, exchange data from our Oberon system with the outer world? And here comes the trick. So, do you remember the let's say configuration of the compact flash card I provided with the Uranus distribution? I have my partition configuration tool open here in Linux, and you can see the compact flash card with the Uranus distribution. And you can see, okay, one of these partitions here, I guess is this one. This is the Oberon partition, and Linux does not know anything about Oberon, so it labels it as unknown. But here you can see we also have a DOS partition of 50 megabytes. I originally provided this partition because I had in mind that maybe some installation files could be placed here on the DOS partition for, let's say, for the full installation of Oberon, in case that the full flash Oberon system would not boot in this partition. So I provided extra space for external files, like you have in a similar way when you are doing the Oberon installation the old-fashioned way, with disk jockeying with floppy drives. So in the Uranus distribution, this 50 megabyte DOS partition more or less has no meaning, has no sense anymore. But I found out that it's a great way for exchanging data. Well, my original idea was to install a second compact flash card in parallel to the one with the Oberon system installed. You know, you have two channels, or now you can apply two drives to every IDE channel on those vintage computer systems. And my idea was to use one channel, let's say the master channel, for the compact flash card with the Oberon system installed, and a second second compact flash card, to use as a replaceable data carrier, to take it out of the Oberon system and insert it into another host system like Linux, Mac OS or Windows or whatever. And this way using the second compact flash card for data exchange forth and back. Because what always works in Oberon is reading and writing DOS partitions. So this is the key for data exchange. When you want to bring anything, let's say in the outer world from Oberon, you can copy your data on the DOS partition and then remove the compact flash card, insert it into another system, let's say your PC, and in your PC you can read the data, you can do whatever you want with it. You can distribute this or share it in the internet. You can put it on some server, you can store it on thumb drive or on a cloud drive or whatever you want to do with it. There's unlimited options. The problem was that this idea just didn't work. And it didn't work because I found out that a compact flash card is something like a ID hard drive, but it is not an ID hard drive. The difference is that when you remember those old IDE hard drives, you know that they always had a jumper on the side where the connector was, where you could jumper it as master or slave drive. Both options were possible. And only by this option you were able to use 2 hard drives on one IDE channel. This is not possible with a compact flash card. A compact flash card does not provide any jumper to configure it as a master or slave drive. This is not possible. And in fact, using 2 compact flash cards on one IDE channel is extremely difficult and can only be done, as far as I could find out, when you use very distinctive compact flash adapters that already provide 2 slots for those cards. So the difference between master and slave is inherently wired into the adapter, more or less. So, bad news. What are we going to do now? Well, the answer is a quite radical shift from your, let's say, viewpoint. So, when the compact flash card, the second compact flash card is not possible to realize, then of course we have to use the one card, compact flash card, we use for the Oberon system. So that means that the Oberon system, which is on top of the compact flash card, or these compact flash cards should not be installed inside the device, but in a way that we can access it to take it out and put it in somewhere else. And this is the great change I realized here. You can see this here. The light is not optimum here. I hope you can see it. So this is an external compact flash adapter with a expander cable. So I expanded the compact flash drive connector, which is here inside the housing of this device, to the outside. So I made a slit. I sawed a slit in the backplane to route the cable through of this external compact flash adapter, so that I'm able to take out this card with the Oberon system and the DOS partition and can put it into some other host system. This is the whole trick. Of course, I know this sounds a little dangerous, because having a compact flash card with the operating system, with the heart and soul of your whole system, and you can access it from the outside, you can take it out and put it somewhere else. Maybe you think, oh, could be some kind of damage taking place. Will the system still works when I replug this compact flash card into my Oberon system? But hey, let's be honest, those cards are intended to be removed and are intended to be put in somewhere else. So if you take a bit care in terms of static electricity, or let's say not pouring your coffee across this compact flash card, nothing will happen. Everything will be fine. And I want to show you now how this works. Okay, so Oberon is fired up, and as you can see here, I wrote a tool named IMXP tool, import export tool, and I stored this in the system tool, which is automatically loaded at system start, so I have it at hand when I use it. It's already open here, and you see it's just a bunch of Oberon commands, as every tool is consisted of. The first thing is that we can do partition show, so you can see all the partitions that are available here on the system, and you can see here IDE 0 hash 02 is the DOS partition with 15 megabytes. And we can mount this partition by clicking on File System Mount. So let's close this here, but maybe it's already mounted. Yes, it's already used, it's already mounted. Okay, so we can unmount it, for example, and remount it. So now it's mounted and we can access the partition with the identifier FAT. Then we use OSF FAT tools change directory to go into the directory imxp. This is a subdirectory I created on the DOS partition that is dedicated to the export of data. So let's click on it and we are in this directory, and we can make this a current directory. And now we can look at the contents, and you can see the only thing that is stored here is the imxp tool itself. Now we can, for example, copy some files over to the DOS partition. There's a file named hello.mod. This is a standard Hello World sample program in Oberon. And by clicking on System Copy Files, hello.mod, transfer to fathello.bat, we can transfer the file and rename it. And it's copying. And now we again have to do system directory to see if it's there, and you can see, yeah, it's here, it's hello.bat. And we can also delete the file again from the DOS partition by using system delete files. And we do this with hello.bat. Okay, and now we again have to do system directory, and you see it's gone. So let's copy it over once again and see if it's there. It is there, very good. Now we unmount everything here, and now we are ready to switch off the device, take out the compact flash card and put it in our or my Linux PC, and to see what's on it. Okay, now I will plug in the card in my compact flash adapter, and you see, there we have it. Mount and open. I use very big symbols here because I was working with pictures here in my directory, and I increased the thumbnail size up to a certain degree, and this is the reason why the symbols of these directories here are so big. So we go to imxp and we see hello.bat and imxp tool. So basically we also can of course take a file and put it here into this partition. Let's see if we have something nice here on my system, which is not too big. Let's see if we have a piece of code, a piece of Lisp code. Let's take this, test Lisp. Let's see if we can transfer test Lisp over here, copy. Now we have test Lisp on the DOS partition. Okay, now we close this and we unmount the partition, and now we can unplug the card again. Okie dokie, so I restarted Oberon, and we are going to open again my MXP tool. And we do the same again like last time. We do file system mount. Okay, the partition is mounted. We do change directory, make MXP the current directory, and we look at it. And you can see test Lisp is there. Isn't that cool? I think it is. Before everyone is going to jump up for joy, let me tell you something that is a little problem in this concept. I had a heck of trouble yesterday when I prepared for my video, and I wanted to record this use of the compact flash card in the Oberon system, and suddenly I wasn't able to write data on the DOS partition in Oberon, and I didn't know the heck why, because a day earlier it worked perfectly. And so in the end, I used ChatGPT to find out what the hell is wrong. And ChatGPT told me that those compact flash cards are a little bit sensitive when you use them and you're not cleanly unmount them from the system. So, for example, you're putting some data on it and you just take out the card without unmounting it, then the file system recognizes this by setting some kind of dirty flag. This dirty flag indicates that something went wrong with the file system, and maybe some data may be corrupted. So basically, this is no problem. But when you insert this, let's say, virtually corrupted compact flash card into Oberon, Oberon detects this, let's say, or bad state of the file system by reading this dirty flag, and for security or safety reasons, Oberon is mounting the partition as read only. So the reason behind this is to prevent Oberon from crashing while trying to get write access to an external partition that might be corrupted. So when you're using this trick I showed you, you must really take care to cleanly mount and unmount the compact flash card on both sides, on the Oberon side and even more on your host side when you're using Linux or Windows or whatever. So if you are running into trouble that you cannot write data to the DOS partition Oberon, then just plug in this card in your host system, and Windows or Linux will tell you immediately that there are problems on the partition, and if you want to get them fixed. And always say yes, fix the problem, and by fixing this problem, basically nothing more is done that this dirty flag is resetted, and you have perfectly access to the partition on Oberon again. So beware of the mines. So great achievements in sum. That means we have an easy way to exchange data with the outer world when you have a host system running on a Linux, running on a Mac OS, or running on a whatever, even under Windows. And no more need for this and no more need for this. I think this is a much more reliable and easier way to exchange data between people who are running Oberon and doing development stuff or writing tools or whatever programs. It's now much more easier to exchange or to put them on some server and distribute them, share them, and people can easily put them on their Oberon system. So I think it's a really great thing. I think I'm going to improve this tool a little bit to add some more features for storing devices, storing files, retrieving files, and deleting files, and maybe some more usable or needful commands. Let me beautify the code a little bit, and then I will put it in the download section on my cloud drive, where also the Uranus distribution is hosted, and you can download it from there, or just type the code by hand or copy it by hand onto your Oberon system. Okay folks, that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching this video, and see you again on the Oberon channel soon.